What's going on, guys? I am Carlos, your normal guy, and this is not a video I wanted to be making today. Yes, Freeway is delaying, unfortunately, some supercharger sales, or if some might want to call withdrawals. If you watch me, you know that I am a Freeway fan. You know that I am always following everything they've been doing, and they've over time proved themselves, in my opinion, and they made me trust them. They convinced me that it is one of the safest platforms. But over the past 12 hours, there have been a lot of users in the main Telegram group claiming that their withdrawals or the sales of superchargers have been delayed. I was following the thread closely. Apparently, the smallest amounts have been paid, but the big accounts are still waiting to receive their withdrawals, their sales. This includes Dr. Cryptos, who is a gentleman that has a very large Twitter account and often talks about Freeway very fondly. He said that his 6 digits supercharger sale is at the moment 3 days delayed. So as I have a lot of Freeway users following me, as I have a lot of people who have created their accounts using my referral link, I feel it's my responsibility here to be unbiased and to look at the facts as they have presented themselves. So my goal of this video is not to cause FUD, but to report what has happened over the past 12 to 24 hours. And yeah, there have been some coincidences which are a little bit concerning. Okay, so initially the moderators in the Freeway Telegram group basically said, hang in there, apologies for the delay, we're sorting that out. And apparently the smaller accounts, as I mentioned, were sorted out, but the larger accounts were not. And people understandably kept complaining and making noise. I don't think anybody got very aggressive, though some members of the Freeway fam got a little bit defensive and there was a bit of heat. Up to that point, I was not worried or concerned at all. I actually woke up in the middle of the night around 3 a.m. and when I looked at my phone, the moderators of the Freeway Telegram group had been radio silent for a while. And that part concerned me. I had never seen Olivia being quiet for such a long period of time. Even the other moderators were actually not being active at all. Some VIP members tried to contact Graham, and for many hours again, we did not hear from him. Additionally, every Friday we receive the Freeway newsletter and they post a update video on YouTube, and none of those things happened. So those coincidences all together started to become a bit of a concern. People kept tagging on Telegram members of the Freeway team, HK47, who is the tech executive, Matt Bar, although Matt just had a newborn baby a few days ago, so understandably he was not on his phone. He has his hands full with the baby. Daz is in Australia, so it was in the middle of the night for Daz, just like it was for me here in Beijing. Anyway, we're not hearing back from any team member. So that radio silence became quite agonizing. A few hours after the radio silence started, Graham finally posted on the Freeway official Telegram group. He said, sorry guys, I'm traveling and just off the plane. I'm aware of the late sales and I'm working on it with the team. Really sorry, no update for this week. We were going to have to make changes at last minute, which were not approved. It's not clear yet what those changes actually entailed, but his message suggests that compliance, their legal team, might not have approved these changes. It's the first time since I've been with Freeway since April 2022 that they don't release a newsletter and a update video on Friday. 1 hour after Graham's message, Olivia also came back. She was gone for about 5 hours and she said, hi Freeway fam, sincere apologies for the silence, had to jump on a meeting with the team. Graham has responded, which I believe is okay. I have also taken time to read through everyone's messages, feedback, which has been passed along to the team. Thank you so much for your patience and endless support. Love you all. So I would really like to think that it's just a bad coincidence, bad timing, people on the go and had to change things in the last minute. But this silence, this lack of information is certainly not good. Freeway has a great reputation for over 2 years I personally never had really any issues depositing or withdrawing, and up to today had never heard of other people having their sales delayed either. So in my opinion, it's very important that they are transparent, that they continue being transparent so that everybody can calm down to know that it was just something happening beyond their control, and hopefully they'll get things sorted out soon. But listen, about 2 months ago on the AMA of the 16th of August, I asked Graham a question basically related to what is happening now, related to too many superchargers being sold at once, and whether or not Freeway would be able to honor that and how they would do this. So I'm going to play for you. It's a section of my AMA highlights video from the AMA was on the 16th of August, the AMA highlights was on the 17th of August. Check out what Graham said. In my following question said that there are about 1/3 of the superchargers at zero notice period. The total assets under management is around $160 million. So I did a quick estimation here, 30% of $160 million, and I rounded it to $50 million roughly as being the assets under management at 0 days notice period. And then I said to Graham, if these 0 notice period superchargers were sold overnight, would Freeway have the $50 million liquidity to honor these superchargers sales within 24 hours? See guys, I am a Freeway fan, but I always put my skeptical hat, and once in a while I think of something, I was like, I'm gonna ask Graham. Maybe Graham doesn't like me for that, but yeah, I like his answers. I like the way that he approaches things. I like his honesty. Look at his honest answer. Yes, it would eat into buffers. He said he couldn't use the word buffers, but he's using now, huh? With deconstructing trades to pay for the sales. But if we had to, we would. There are several ways to handle it. So here's how I interpret this. Right now they have just over $10 million as buffers. But if there were $50 million of sales from superchargers that are at 0 days notice period, basically it would eat into the buffers, meaning that the $10 million would be gone. Then they would have to get another $40 million. And where would this come from? This would come from trades. They would just have to close the trades, get the money that is being used to trade, and then pay the superchargers back. Yeah, that's clear to me. I appreciate your honesty and your answer, Graham. So again, guys, my intention is to not cause FUD at all, okay? I'm just reporting the fact. As soon as we hear more, I'll be reporting to you as well. I suggested in the VIP group that it would be a good idea to have a emergency AMA this weekend so everybody can have their questions answered for peace of mind. It's the middle of the night now in Europe, so hopefully once everybody wakes up in the morning, they evaluate the situation, they will be able, the team will be able to perhaps grant this request of doing a AMA this weekend. It's Saturday for me. I was planning to make the AMA highlights video from Thursday night. I didn't have a chance to do it on Friday. And I'll be doing later as well, what I always do every Saturday, my Freeway 365 challenge update. Hopefully by the time I do that, I'm going to have more information to update you about what has happened and about what's going on. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, you might want to consider subscribing so you can stay up to date about what is happening with Freeway and some other yield making platforms. I always throw in my disclaimer, this is crypto, this is risky stuff. You are the only person responsible for your investments. You should only invest what you can afford to lose. In Freeway's case, I am absolutely over invested. I cannot afford to lose almost $100,000 that I have there. But I am confident that it's just a hiccup and things are gonna get sorted and we're gonna look back and that's gonna be nothing. Anyways, I'm gonna keep you all updated and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care guys, bye bye, all the best.